sensorially, physically, as you're doing things. It's a really wonderful way to watch.
The parikata, being is a really important part of this experience, rather than just thinking.
Circular Design Week 2025 was a 5-day program held across Kyoto and Shiga, bringing together designers, researchers, and practitioners from Japan and the Asia-Pacific region. Under the theme Responding in Time, Infrastructuring in the Post-Human Fūdo, the program attempted to step back from the dominant framework of modern clock time to collectively sense and imagine circular futures. The first 3 days consisted of ethnography-based fieldwork in Fushimi, Kameoka, and Nagahama. Drawing on visual and sensory ethnography and participatory design methodologies, and guided by Kannō, a concept that understands sensing feeling and responding as inseparable, we learned ways to attune to temporalities embedded in landscapes, infrastructures, and everyday practices involving both human and more than human presences. The final 2 days were dedicated to a conference in Kyoto. There, we explored various topics related to circular design predicated on systemic change, ranging anywhere from practices of care to emerging forms of governance to anticipatory infrastructures, all the way to Japanese folklore creatures.
なんかそこまでのその大きななんかお水の流れに対して感謝しながら、めちゃめちゃちっちゃいところのミクロなところまでもなんか多分手触りというか何かこう多分見えるんだと思う。
We are in a metal modernism that's after postmodernism. In fact, we are in a transitions, right?
中世っていう言葉とか、呪術とか、日本酒ってそもそもがそういうところは、中世より前かもしれませんけど、とつながりもすごい深い、プロダクト資産業になって、そういったことを再認識できたりだとか、それがこう長いなんですかね、いろんなものが変化している時間軸の中で、どういうふうなところから来てどういうふうに向かっていくのかなみたいな。お話を伺いながらいろいろ考えて。
During the workshop, one of the things that I did was I participated with the other people in the group when we sat and we unpicked the kimono so that they could be turned into new items, new garments of clothing. And when I was unpicking the stitches, I looked down at them and I realized that those stitches had been sewn by hand by a woman, an unknown woman in the past. And I thought about the care and the attentiveness that she would have had to have applied to that task, and how I was there, another woman from another country and another temporality, undoing her work and thinking of her as I did it. Then that enabled me to think again about how my experience would then somehow become inseparable from the journey of that piece of fabric. So it really helped me to think about the interconnectedness of our experiences, of our tactile experiences, the way that we think, the way that we feel, the way that we sense, but also the way that the materialities of our everyday worlds and activities also connect us across generations, across countries, and across time.
長浜みたいなところで学んだというかこう感じたのは、やっぱり現地の人の振る舞いがもっとなんか制度的なところっていうよりは、それこそなんか風土だったりとか、その土地が持ってる歴史みたいなところに紐づいて自分の行動がなんか決まってるというか、なんか動いてるみたいなところがすごい印象的で、
この3日間はすごく豊かな時間だ。なかなか普段仕事に追われてると味わえない価値の感じ取り方だったなと思っていて、そこはやっぱりすごく印象的に思ってます。でこれやっぱなんで貴重かって、そのクロノス的な時間で動く人が入ってきちゃうと 一気にそっちに流れちゃうと思うんですね。だから全員がその波長を持ってフィールドに出ないと成立しないっていう意味でも貴重な機会だったなと思ってます。
What I find the most interesting is the hindsight, is the retrospective. As in, once you go through something, whether it's like direct or in circles, there is always a coming back, there is a re-examining in what you do. So it kind of creates like a spiral to an extent.
And I know that the Yoko that arrived on day 1 and the Yoko at day 5 is totally different. You know, that is completely thanks to CDW. Absolutely thank you to everybody here.
See